You take
You gotta
Texas
have a
minus
little bit
7,
of confidence here, man. This is no fun.
and you
this is no fun.
hammer it
This is
with
no fun.
whatever loan you took out for your car note, whatever loan you took out for your student loans, whatever you pay for your mortgage. You put all that money down, and you put that money on Texas minus 7, because boy, oh boy, Texas's offense at some point is going to hit a switch, because Michigan's defense will be tired from being on the field the entire game.
Sounds about right.
Because Davis Warren cannot throw a football more than 2 yards down the field.
Touchdown, Texas. Touchdown, Texas. Touchdown, Texas.
Welcome into episode 4 of Through the Whistle. We had a very exciting, for some people,
I was about to say, I don't think it's.
very exciting Saturday for some people.
I mean,
We had a good Sunday for other people. You had a good Sunday.
I mean, outside the fact that, yeah, it was not that happy. But it's okay. We'll get into that.
We'll get into all of that. But first full weekend of football, of college and NFL.
Yeah,
We're going to go ahead and get right into it with some very somber news of Michigan might be cooked.
Might be. Oh, there's a mic.
We might be.
There's a mic. I didn't know. I didn't know there was an option.
There's definitely an
I
option.
didn't know there was an option. I thought it was cooked or they were
You know what?
spaghetti.
You know the
Spaghetti.
because when you're done,
You're done. Yeah, you're done.
So there is an option for there's if you watch wrestling, there's always a plan B. If you read comic books, Batman always says there's a contingency plan.
There's a
That contingency plan is
blow it up.
benching Davis Warren.
Oh, I thought it was just blowing it all up.
Oh no. Cannot blow it all up.
Blow up the Batcave.
Oh,
I mean, you know, that's
That's
what he did.
part of a contingency plan.
Yeah, but I'm saying blow up the stadium, blow up everything.
Heinz Ward touchdown, blow it up.
Yes.
It's too unrealistic. Heinz Ward
I mean, about unrealistic as, you know, Michigan winning a national championship this season.
Anyways,
Yeah, right.
this has, you know what? We'll talk about Oregon later, because
They look better than you guys, barely.
The
Not
Ducks
by much, but
Hey.
I mean,
although Ducks flew south for the winter, obviously not. They looking buns. But anyways, to stay on topic with Michigan, we have to come to reality. You know? Davis Warren has to be benched. That's number one. Us keeping him in the whole fourth quarter when we're down by like 1 million points was very idiotic to me, because I don't care if you think Alex Orji is the worst quarterback in the world. You have to see what you have in him during an actual game, because, Kevon, when Alex Orji came in, what's the first thing that popped in your mind? What's going to happen on this play? It's a run.
obviously.
Hey, shout out to Jalen Wade. They ain't never going to see this one coming. 90% of the time we're going to run. 10 straight times, they're not going to think of it.
I mean, honestly, did it really matter? From what I remember last season, you guys could do that. I mean, we go back to Penn State.
Yeah, we could, because there was always a threat of JJ being able to throw the ball.
But at what point did Penn State feel like, you know what, forget all that, we know you guys are running. You guys didn't run. Y'all didn't pass the entire second half.
We had a couple of
season,
dropbacks, though.
You guys did not pass the ball, not once in the second half. That counted. So let's be just fully transparent here, Ty. I want to ask you the question. Is this a rebuild, or is this a reload situation? Because I want to know, because when we think of dynasties, we're talking about they just reload. They just retool everything. It might not be the greatest season. Coming back the next following season after winning a national championship or something, or going far into the season.
But I say losing that many starters is kind of hard to maneuver. But we have to address the elephant in the room. I said, we both thought our defense would be good.
Oh yeah,
we both thought.
Oh yeah, and
when you go against one of these top 3 smartest men when it comes to calling an offense, and Steve Sarkisian, where the offense is, okay, who are our 3 best players? We have Mason Graham in the middle, Grant at the other tackle, and then we got Will Johnson. Okay. So we're going to make sure they can anything. We're going to throw away from Will Johnson, which is a very smart idea.
As they should.
Even though you said
There was no. I mean,
he's going to be able to do good this week. He got cooked last week against Fresno.
there was no reason to even go towards Will Johnson.
Let's roll out. Let's roll out. Let's move the pocket every chance we get. Every time we see Mason and Grant in.
Yeah.
Which is another smart idea. Because then as soon as they got subbed out, we're going to run this ball up the middle.
And not even just that. I mean, I thought that the interior line of what Texas is, their offensive line, they are able to dominate people. They return most of their starters from last season.
Most of them are 3-year
So I'm
starters.
just saying they're probably going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the season. But it just seemed like what kind of irritated me with you guys was we talked about it when the season first started. You guys as new defensive coordinator, and he started it all. He started this entire defense as far as this is how it's supposed to be built. But I told you, I did not like the blitzing. The blitzing is not what I feel like you guys can specifically do because of how you guys are in the back end.
That other corner's not
even just
not
the
there.
corners. It's just putting you guys on islands. And I don't think that you guys are built to be put on
Other
islands.
corner cannot be on the island.
I don't think
we can get away with that with Will.
I don't think that anybody is built to be on an island outside of Will Johnson. And that's the point.
Problem. Yeah.
Because it's like it reminds me of how you guys were in 2018 when we
Crossers
started killing. Exactly. The
crossers from
crossers
hell.
killed. But not even that. It's just like we sit there and see. It doesn't even look like you guys are having the same athletes that you guys had the last couple of seasons, which, I mean, is understandable. You guys lose so much talent. But it's like, how you say, self-awareness. Dog. I mean, I know you want to be this great defense that you guys thought you guys were going to be these last couple of years, but it's not that.
See, but the problem with that is, we can't go man all the time.
No.
Especially, but when you have Quinn Ewers picking apart the zone.
Entire defense,
Either it was cover 3, we're going to find this seam.
Yeah.
Cover 2, we're going middle of the field. I need it. Freaking cover 4, check down, got a swing out route, easy.
Yeah.
When you have that coupled with the defense being on the field for 66% of the game, you can't.
And not only that.
Do that. Like, it's not winnable. No matter how good your defense is, if you're on the field for 60% or more of the game, you're not going to win the game.
And not only that, Ty, what kills is that we always talked about, my thing with you guys always has been, if you guys are down, what are you guys going to be able to do? You guys were 95% of the season last year. You guys were
leading or tied. Yeah.
Exactly. You guys weren't leading. And we knew off the jump, off the first series, we were like, oh, no, they're not going to have a problem moving the ball.
Yeah.
It was never.
Because they should have had a touchdown that got called back.
The entire time in the first half, they were on you guys' side of the football in territory almost 90% of the time. They're 36 out of 45 plays. They're in Michigan territory.
Because every time we got on offense, run play 3 yards, run play 1 yard, incompletion or sack. And guess what? We don't have an NFL punter who can flip the field, punt the ball 60 yards. They were getting the ball at the opposite 40.
Yeah, and I mean that's because you guys' offense could not move
the ball.
You couldn't move the ball. And what kills as well is we talked about what you guys are known for is straight. You guys, we thought the reason that you guys were going to be able to transition to this season because
physicality.
Nothing was going to change. I mean, the players were going to change, but the way you guys just ran y'all's offense, straight brutalizing people up front. You guys can't do it. The offensive line is too new. It's too fresh.
The receivers can't get open.
But we knew that. And I told you guys that it was not going to be as simple as what you guys thought it was going to be. Yes, you bring back Loveland. Yes, you bring back Donovan Edwards.
Loveland's the only offense we have.
And it's sad. And it's sad because, I mean, Donovan
he's
Edwards.
Getting killed out there. Davis Warren's throwing him hospital balls.
He is. And Donovan, and not even that, Donovan Edwards didn't even have that bad of a game to start off the game. But it's a simple fact of you can't ask a player like him to sit there and keep going inside the tackles every other play when you're playing against a top 3 team. You can't. You can't. He's not built for that. And then on top of that, We thought that the one way that we thought Texas was going to lose, if there was even going to be a chance, was that you guys were going to be able to gash them up the middle with, especially losing Sweat and their other defensive tackles from last season who went to the league. You guys weren't able to get any type of push, and that's ridiculous.
But the thing that made me upset, Donovan was playing good in the first quarter. He was getting about 4 yards a pop every time he touched the ball. And then one drive out of nowhere, Donovan's not on the field. Okay, he's probably Mullen's going to be in a lot this drive.
I saw the freshman most of the time.
And then we didn't see Donovan basically until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
which makes no sense. If you're going to bench everybody on your offense skill-wise, why are you not benching the quarterback too? If you don't think that Alex Orji isn't good enough during practice, but you think Davis Warren is good enough in practice, come game time, Davis Warren is not good enough. Yeah. He can't, when the bullets are flying, he can't do nothing. He can't duck. He doesn't have
no
bulletproof vest.
No matrix.
It's not Neo
at all.
He doesn't have no armor plates like his COD. Like, at some point, you have to see how bad Alex is in actual gameplay. Because anybody, I was telling Roshan, did you know, bro? I'm like, in practice, what are you told not to do when it comes to the quarterback? If you get anywhere close to him, I promise you, you might as well go ahead and pack your bags up and go back to the crib.
Exactly.
So mentally, you're back there. I got all the time in the world if I want to. I know he's going to be open. I'm going against the scout team. The scout team knows not to really put a look on the ball because you don't want to hurt any of the guys, especially in season. At what point does Sharon just I don't even know, because we're at the point now. Because this Arkansas State game is going to be the easiest game we have for the next 2 months. Well, the rest of the season, obviously. Because we have no lulls in our schedule. No. We have this and then USC. And if USC plays the way they did against LSU,
you guys are losing.
Davis Warren's going to be – he might have to walk home. And I'm not talking about back to his apartment. I'm talking about walking home to where his hometown is.
Well, the thing is, like, you're talking about all this with Davis Warren. You wanted him bench. I asked it last week or the week before that. I think it's time. You gotta throw the freshman out there, because there's no way you can sit there and tell me that you're going to get worse. He's going to at least get the time to get experience, because next season you're going to come in. If he doesn't play, it's literally going to be, okay, we're having another quarterback battle, and we don't know what he looks like in the game.
With our schedule being at USC next year,
exactly,
at Oregon next year,
you still got to play us. Exactly.
You have to find out at Texas next year. Kevon, at what point do you say, like, this is the only game where he can get his confidence to a maximum, a sky high? Because you're playing Arkansas State. We should be able to scheme people open because we're Michigan at the end of the day. But
we thought that same thing for Fresno.
There's no way that you don't rip the Band-Aid off and either go Orji or you go Jaden. I'd say give them both a half. If Alex is looking good the first half, keep him in the whole game. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. If Alex is looking shaky, second half, Jaden. This is your team this next 3 years.
But, I mean, at what point is it going to be where if you put Alex in, he does look shaky, but you guys are still winning, but you want to put your starters out because you got to get ready for USC, you can't sit there and say, okay, let's see what Jaden has, but then he's going with a second-team offense. You can't.
That's
because,
true.
I mean, we have to sit there and look at the fact that they wanted Alex Orji to win this. They did. They
wanted Alex Orji to win it. NCAA wanted Orji to win it.
Everybody in the Michigan
fan base
exactly.
did.
Everybody thought that Alex Orji was going to win this starting job. For you to not be able to win the starting job, and for Davis Warren to come in,
who wasn't even supposed to be the backup,
and then the fact that he has surpassed you, that means in practice you are looking
like
even God awful.
You're looking like Nathan Peterman out there.
Yes, and it's terrible. So either his arm is that bad, or his decision making is that bad. It's either, or it can be both. I don't know which one it is, but it's the fact that I don't think that it's you. If you're going to make a move now, you need to do it this week.
This week,
and it has to happen, because USC. If we thought Sarkisian was dialing stuff up, USC is going to do the same thing.
If we give Lincoln Riley 40 minutes of time of possession,
Oh yeah.
we might literally lose by 40
Because
points.
I'm like you
Again.
said, if USC plays the same way how they did on defense against LSU, who is a better offense than you guys already, it's going to be bad.
As long we know, like I said, self-awareness. You know there's going to be 8 people in the box every play.
Yeah.
Our receivers don't get separation.
They don't.
So why would I not go man-to-man with them? That'll be dumb not to. You go man-to-man, 8 people in the box. Yeah, let's have Davis Warren go. Yeah, Davis Warren will have to win them the game. And I don't know a single coach out of all 132 FBS teams who will say, oh, yeah, we don't want Davis Warren to have to win the game. Yeah, if you put the ball in Davis Warren's hands, you have a strong chance of winning.
Very
As
strong
Fresno,
chance. Yes.
and we saw what Texas did. Especially if you're a Power 5. You're telling me that Ryan Day and Lincoln Riley weren't like,
Oh no, they were looking like
Chip Kelly was like, oh, yeah.
It's
like,
it's curtains.
It's going to be a stat boost game this week for you guys. Okay?
And it's not even it's a simple fact of putting, and I don't even think the bad thing is I talked about earlier when we first started with episode 1. We talked about how I didn't like our matchup because of how you guys match up physically against our offense and our defense. And it's looking like now it's back to when we were playing Don Brown. And it's like, no, you just pick whoever you want. Leave Jordan Lewis or leave Jabril Peppers or whoever it is. Leave them alone. Leave whoever that is.
Let them do what they want.
You can take over the entire side of the field. You can be one-on-one. I don't care. We'll put you out on the side. But what we're going to do is we're going to circle this matchup. Oh, you want to put Mecca against your safety? Oh, okay. You want to put Cardinal Tate against your second-string corner? Okay, cool. And we're going to sit there and let you live with
Jared Smith having 20 yards.
And it's not even like the running game for Texas was what was killing. It was just, they're getting 5, little 3.
Like Joel said, staying on schedule.
And it was just, it's going to be a long season. And I'm wondering when you're going to sit there and ask, is he the guy? Because we talk about the whole being born on third base for Ryan Day. I don't know how you get more on base than getting a national championship team from the year before that, but we already talked off air about the recruiting is not there at all.
NIL is not
the
there.
The NIL is not there.
Admissions doesn't help us out because they block half of what people were trying to get into.
And the thing is, if the recruiting is already not there because they don't believe in if he was a guy last time from leaving Jim Harbaugh, having a season like this isn't going to help. It's not. And I don't know, because if Jaden or Jordan, he's the season that you guys have, what makes him stay? What because I'm sure that it's not because Jim Harbaugh's there. So it's at what point is he going to sit there and be like, okay, I'm here for what? To beat Ohio State. Okay, cool. You do that, and then you go to Ohio State, and then we bully y'all up and down the field, and he still doesn't even get a chance to make a mark on that. It's going to be, why am I still here?
Literally. And talking about teams who struggle with recruiting, NIL, and admissions blocking every good player they try to get in. Notre Dame losing to another Group of 5 team the second time in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
3 seasons. 2 times in 3 seasons. Dylan, I'm sorry. We're praying for you.
Yes.
'Cause
Reese. Yeah. Yeah. Dom?
Because we and you were both high on Riley Leonard because Riley Leonard was doing great at Duke.
Solid Duke.
Who in their right mind would have thought that Riley Leonard had better receivers at Duke than he had at Notre Dame? Kevon, how many times people were saying Riley Leonard can't get the job done?
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how you can say it's Riley Leonard's fault when every play is a coverage sack.
It's baffling to me. I mean, we both had Notre Dame probably make it. I think you have Notre Dame.
I had them making the 6 seed, yeah.
And especially after the Texas A&M win, I don't know if they were just juiced or if they were like, hey, listen, we just came off a dub. There ain't no way. Ain't no way
Illinois beating us.
And don't get me wrong, they had a chance to still win a game. But I can see if it's like one of those games where, like Alabama, they were pissing me off. They fumbled.
USF has their number somehow.
They were fumbling almost every other drop. I can see that. If Riley Leonard's, fumbling, or if they're
throwing
getting these strip
interceptions,
sacks, throwing picks, all that. No. Northern Illinois was better than them. And it wasn't even like they were, like, slightly better. No, they outrushed them. They outgained them, period. And it was like, so what are you doing? Oh, punt. Right, Leonard. I would think that once you see the game is 13, when you see it's close, you're like, okay, no, we gotta do something. We gotta score. And what happened again? Punt, 3 and out, punt. At what point is it like, okay, we're Notre Dame.
We're
playing Northern Illinois. We're going to be better than you. We're known.
We have our O-line, who is supposed to be revamped and ready to go this season.
If we can sit there and take over against Texas A&M, why can't we do? I was dumbfounded. I don't know if Riley Leonard's the problem. I don't know if the receivers are just the problem. I don't know if
Marcus Freeman is the problem.
Don't know if Marcus Freeman, because at some point it's like, okay, Marcus Freeman is winning these so-called big games, unlike what they said Brian Kelly was doing. But Brian Kelly wasn't losing to no damn.
Well, say now you're looking in the mirror.
Now it's the opposite way around. It's to the point to where it's like, okay, I'm beating these good teams that I'm not supposed to beat, but I'm losing to the teams that I'm not supposed to be losing to. It's like you get mad at the simple stuff like this that's so easy, but you're also like, okay, but he's winning against Texas A&M. He's winning against USC. They can't lose the rest of the season. They had to beat that last game in USC. Florida State, they
have to pray that USC is at least
still ranked.
At worst, a 2-loss team.
I think as long as USC is in the top 25, they should be fine. They won't be as high as what they thought. There might not be a game in South Bend to end the year. So I'm talking about as far as like in the playoff. There might not be, which might be their downfall. But I still think they can still, if they show that was just a letdown, and I'm talking about they had to put belt
to bottom every game
up into that USC game. That's the only way. That's the only shot that they have to make in that play. Because if they lose one more, you might as well cut the season over. You might as well shut it down.
See, I'm very much so dreading this. Looking ahead to the Florida State Notre Dame game, that might set back football 35 years. Honestly. DJU
against Notre Dame
versus Notre Dame's offense.
Yeah.
For 60 minutes on probably NBC. Kevon, I think I might do a couple extra shifts that day. I might DoorDash that whole day or something.
Honestly,
because
I might watch a workout. I
might go mow the lawn with some
It's
scissors.
the simple fact that if Notre Dame's offensive line can't push Florida State, from what I've seen, then they don't deserve to be in the playoff.
Absolutely not.
They cannot have another showing like this the rest of the season, like I said. Because it's going to be to the point to where they're like, okay, no, Texas A&M is probably just trash. Because there's no way. There's no way.
And that's a very strong possibility.
There's just no way.
With their schedule, it's a very strong possibility that could happen.
Definitely.
And we're going to go ahead and pivot once again. Pivot is the word of the day. To another team that was believed in by someone at this desk.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
A team that has been a letdown.
I'm not going to lie.
And struggled with a group of 5.
I'm not gonna lie.
That keeps dropping in the rankings.
Listen.
Must I say more about?
I mean,
come on, what team am I talking about? What?
Listen, Boise State is not trash.
Wait. What team am I describing?
Michigan?
Nah, I think it's a little bit more west. They had unlimited NIL.
Colorado?
No, they had this guy come in from the transfer portal this season at quarterback that everybody said was going to be really good for them.
That's cool. All right, talk about Oregon. It's cool. It's fine.
Oregon, yeah.
It's fine.
Oregon.
I was not particularly happy. They got the win. I mean.
Which I don't think they should have, because that kick return, he dropped the ball.
He did.
Before he passed the goal line.
Yeah, he did. Listen, agendas being pushed. It might be. But.
That B-Dub button got hit.
Yes, definitely did. But I can't lie to the people.
My fellow Americans.
I think I'm set in the simple fact that
Come on, I'm listening.
Oregon is not who I thought they were. The defense, the front seven,
the
front
revelation
seven
of the
is
year,
just
ladies
not.
and gentlemen.
The front seven is not doing what I thought that it would produce. With bringing back all the players they brought back. Muhammad is okay. For the everybody that thought that he was going to be the top corner in the Big Ten, that's just foul. No, like it's not happening. And then on the offensive end,
There we go. This is the part we're waiting for.
Dylan wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He didn't play great, but he wasn't bad. The running game is where I think that it lacks the most because they're not able to.
And what else is lacking?
I mean, I don't know what else you want.
That O-line?
It's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Woo!
I'm not gonna lie to you. We thought that it was an aberration week 1 with the sacks. It wasn't. It's just clearly that them 3 stars that came back from last season are just not good.
We're the 3 stars who suck. They didn't have to the NFL.
It's clearly that the reason they went to the NFL was because they were carrying that line. But we're to the point to where it's like, okay, Dylan Gabriel, we get it. You're a dink and dunk type of guy. You're taking whatever's given to you. But at some point, big dog, it's like, brother, launch the rock. I mean, we saw it a couple times.
Yeah, he threw to Evan Stewart.
We saw it a couple times, and then Tez is just. He looks like he's the one carrying the offense. I mean, we're asking him to return punts. We're asking him to do everything on the offensive end to free up Evan Stewart. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I never had Oregon going into the Big Ten championship, so I think I'm still fine. Penn State didn't look too great. Penn State didn't look too great.
You said you only didn't have them in the Big Ten championship game off of the caveat that Penn State will be higher ranked to get the tiebreaker.
And I still believe that.
That is.
I still believe that.
Oh
So
my God!
I still believe that I'm right. I might not be.
You're
as
right off circumstance.
Exactly. But a win is a win. A win is a win, and we're going to take it because listen, Oregon. I still don't know. I don't think that they're good per se, but I still don't see anybody on their schedule that I think that is going to sit there and be like, oh, they're going to take them up top and take their lunch money. I don't see it. I don't know who they're going to lose. I know for a fact that they're going to lose to us. But
I told you from the beginning, I was like, I don't understand why you think that y'all would lose to them. I told you that Jack would have a field day against them, and he looks like he might get 3 sacks. He might look like T.J. Watt.
It looks like that our defense is going to be looking great against them.
Sonny might get 2 picks because they just want to throw everything underneath.
Masterclass. Yeah, masterclass.
So, like,
it might get bad. Because the defense is also, they're just, the runs I was saw.
And this is against Boise State's O-line.
And Deontay is great. That kid, he needs
Ashton
to.
God.
Genty needs to be.
If he was at a Power 5.
I wish he was at a Power 5 because
if he was at a Power 5, he would be number one. He'd be number one in the Heisman
right now. If he went to like somewhere like Georgia or Bama, he will obviously
about negative things like that, please.
But I'm just saying.
I don't want to be scared like that.
He would definitely be. Well, I mean, shoot, if he was playing for y'all, he might honestly still be number one in the Heisman. Exactly. So I'm saying, I know Genty's great, and don't get me wrong, like he created most of those runs, but Boise State was able to get a push.
A nice push.
Yeah, and I'm talking about they were able to climb second levels to get to the linebackers, and they were able to make holes for Genty. And I don't know, like it wasn't like the pass game was just amazing for Boise State, but they were getting enough to what they needed.
Yeah.
Over 30 points from Boise State.
When Boise State's quarterback not playing good at all? I'm throwing sub 50%.
I'm high, and like I said, Will Howard winning Heisman because the games like he will have against Oregon.
Oh no,
I'm just saying
Quinn Ewers. It's him and Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers
and Carson, and maybe a little bit of Genty. A little magenta.
Genty's not going to get it just because of the simple fact that they're not going to win enough games, I don't think. But like I said, Will Howard.
Dylan or Nico might slide in there too now.
Now, if Nico can get that one of those good wins.
If Nico gets a big win against Alabama.
Yeah, he can get in there. But like I said, Oregon's not looking that great. They're still gonna make the playoff.
Hopefully.
I don't know who else you would have them listen to.
If you see them, wait. So we just talked about how Boise State's quarterback didn't look good.
Yeah.
O-line was able to get a good enough push, and their run game was able to get going. Who does that kind of remind you of?
Well, I know we're not talking about y'all.
The quarterback doesn't have to play
Listen,
great.
but the quarterback played better than Davis Warren.
So let's say, for instance, Jaden Davis comes in or Alex Orji's playing, and they're able to complete 50, and they're able to complete 50% of their throws. You're telling me we're not beating Oregon in Ann Arbor?
Not for sure beating Oregon, but y'all, it will be a closer battle than what it looks like. For where we thought Michigan was at from week 1 to week 2, and now after seeing Oregon week 1 and week 2, I think that game is going to be – I still think that Oregon is going to win, but if y'all have Jada, it's going to be a lot closer than what expected is. That game is going to be a pick 'em, and I'm still going to take Oregon. But
Doug's fly north. Doug's fly south for the winner. They don't fly north.
like I said, and clearly y'all's offense ain't flying north either. So we going to –
we flying down south. We good. We good. We'll be right back after a quick break. Talk more about the NFL. Talk about you guys as players of the week. Stay tuned after this. Welcome back into Through the Whistle episode Quattro. Yeah, Quattro. Oh, Quattro. There was a little editing error on my part last week. Didn't do a double drop. I'm sorry. Oh, we talked about Saturday. Let's talk about a day that was good for me, aside from the betting side. The back door of the year. Tennessee, I hate you. Kevon. We talked about it last week. Talked about it. You said you will hit the transfer portal if this happened. Dak Prescott, $60 million a year. Ugh. 230 guaranteed. Ugh. In a state with no state tax. Ugh. Are you still a fan?
Dog, if you knew you wasn't going to let him go, you knew, like you watched the playoff game and you say, you know what, he's still my dog. He's still my guy. I would even respect it if you would have sat there and been like, you know what, Dak, take this bread right here, right now, even after the Packers game, even if it was 24 hours later. I would have been fine. I would have been cool with it, but I would have been like, I would have respected it more. I saw Dak damn near pissed down his leg when he saw the Packers score the first drive. And then not only that, you feel me, like, CD Lamb, cool. All right, you know what? You want to see my dog get some more bread? That's fine. I'm cool with that. CD, that's my boy. You know, first down. But pay him, and then we all think, you know, we all going into week 1, we like, prove it ye. That's what I thought.
Prove you win when it matters.
That. I respect it. You stand on business, Jerry. Stand on business. You do that. You sit there and say, Dak, show me what you want to do in the playoffs, and then we'll pay you. And then you turn around with nobody looking. I'm talking about we all thinking, lock in.
In the middle of church, praising the Lord.
You're going to come up behind everybody's back and try to drop off a Brinks truck to Dak Prescott. Like, wasn't nobody going to know? Oh, no. You wanted everybody to notice. So that's what it was? Is that what it was? Because if that's the case, Jerry, what are we doing, dog? Dog, you know me. You know what I was saying. The race for Shedeur Sanders. That's what I wanted. I wanted Shedeur Sanders. And I'm like, listen, or get up out of here. I'm fine with either. But Shedeur Sanders was who I wanted to be the quarterback. And then, you know, I said if we didn't have a good enough, if we had too good a season to get Shedeur, all right, cool. We're going to go next season.
We're going to get Nico.
We're going to wait for Nico from Tennessee. And that didn't work. Dylan Mahomes. I had a plan. I had a succession plan. And Jerry keeps on cutting my legs from under me. Because you know what?
Put it on your face, too.
It's to the point. The only way that accepting this is if this was all a mirage, we're paying just so that the everything that's going on, NFL is going to get salary cap raised every single season, almost every single season. We year 2 of this contract, and we trade Dak away. That's the only way that I will be fine with it, because by then he will not be the highest paid. He will probably still be in the top 10, but he will not undisputed quarterback in history to get paid this much money.
Wait.
And that's the only way. And the only way that me, one of the biggest Cowboys fans, will return to be a fan of this franchise again. Because now I'm a free agent. I'm not playing. Like, I'm sick of it.
Oh, you're
I'm
a
sick
holdout
of,
now.
Jamar Chase, he folded. He went out to go play the game. I'm not folding. I will be here. Don't get me wrong. CeeDee Lamb jersey still
I'm about to say, you were just wearing your CD jersey yesterday.
It was in a closet yesterday, and I brought it out yesterday just because we was already here. Cool, but now from week 2 all the way up until I see Dak Prescott either get me to the NFC Championship or get traded, I'm not a fan. I'm a free agent. I still have love for my Dallas Cowboys. I do, but.
So,
I'm not
Kevon,
I'm not here for it.
you said a lot right there.
I did.
Thank you for coming to this therapy session. I appreciate that. You needed it. But I'm going to bring you back down to reality. That is not possible for the man to get traded. No trade clause. Maybe he wants to go to Vegas at some point, go live it up out there. No state tax in the state of Texas. Not really being that in too many places. Their CD got paid, that got paid, so I don't really know how you get Micah Parsons paid,
But that's not a problem.
Third thing, you said it yourself, why wait? If y'all wouldn't have waited, y'all probably could have got away with giving him $55 million. But, Jared's hands don't cramp up writing checks. His words, not mine. And then a fourth thing, between the Burrow 2019 class and honestly, the CJ Stroud class, what really quarterbacks deserve to get paid? So, Dak's going to be at the highest paid for a couple of years. So, yeah, Dak will be in your 2 years that you're saying where Dylan Raiola, Dak's still going to be probably top 2 highest paid quarterbacks in the league because there's no one else to pay until CJ's.
You might be able to get some restructured contracts or something. But again,
aside from Deshaun Watson's contract, which is horrible.
That's fine. This is all fine. It's not my problem anymore. It's not my business to know. I truly feel like how I did when LeBron left.
Burn it all down.
And honestly, truly, my options are open. I am open for any fandom. Not any, because not for y'all, but not for Eagles either. Basically, anybody outside the NFC East. And, it's just.
What do you say fuck me for?
I can't do it. I'm not. I don't have the mental stability to keep going through this.
You're going to drop
season.
A top 5 like all the recruits do? Like,
I might drop
respect my decision.
I might put hats and decide where I want to take my fandom next, because I need to get a new jersey to wear on Sundays. And since I can't wear my CeeDee Lamb jersey because of the fact that Jerry Jones disrespects us every single season that he gets the chance to, I'm going to lay my options right there. We're going to pick. We're going to get there. We're going to get some hats probably by like week 5, 6.
All right, week 5, week 6. You know what? I'm hoping by week 5, week 6, the Bengals get some self-respect. Keep on. The Bengals,
They suck.
who I said was probably best chance to beat the Chiefs. Under Zach Taylor, who is their head coach, they are 1-10 in week 1 and 2 with him as their head coach. With one of those losses being to what will probably end up being the worst or one of the bottom 3 worst teams in the NFL. Play calling was trash. What's the point of having Jamar Chase if you're not going to, let him get the ball? Joe Burrow, for the people out there who are very anti-dink and dunk, Quan, he had only 3 completions for 10 yards, starting at the 10-yard mark. Hold on, let me bring it back. I'm sorry. Only 3 completions of 8 yards or more or further the whole game. They had several red zone turnovers that led to 6 points scored by the Patriots. I don't know how else to put this. Kids, they have this lingo. Are the Bengals mid?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking Kevon Belcher.
I told you this last week. That defense, shambles.
No rotation on defense at all, on the D-line.
The offensive line, shambles. That run game, a joke.
Zach Moss didn't play too bad.
A joke. I thought they were playing Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick on the TV set.
I saw him right before the game started.
I would have thought, hey, maybe Drake May like that. Maybe he get a dub. I saw Jacoby Brissett on the field. I was like, hey, maybe that receiving core getting off like that. Their best receiver is Polk. He a rookie. You told me that they was gonna win the
Last dance.
AFC North. They was gonna do this little last dance thing. T. Higgins didn't play, but he made that big of a difference.
Hey, he might be deserving of that money then.
that money Jamar Chase one, they clearly need to give to T. Higgins because what I saw,
Poverty.
they might not make the playoffs.
That was bad.
Because not only did y'all mess up my parlay for me winning a nice amount of money, it was the only leg, by the way.
Yeah, I need to talk to his agent. He cost my parlay take.
Y'all think, it reminded me a lot of the Aaron Rodgers thing that goes on with him and his little narrative. Aaron Rodgers is so accurate. He's so not turnover worthy. He doesn't do all this or that. Joe Burrow had, if you look at the stats, the completion rating. Oh, you would have thought they were won by a million. Boy,
You look at that throwing chart.
When I tell you that I watched the game, now, believe what your eyes tell you, and that is Joe Burrow, great, still top 3 quarterback, still top 5 quarterback, whatever, top 3, top 5.
Top 3 might not be there no more because
top five
CJ looking like.
But I expect from a quarterback of that level, you're not going to allow your team to lose like that to a Patriots team who could barely move the ball. The Bengals defense, as awful as I think that they are, they look the best on the team. They look better than the Bengals offense. And the fact that they were able to just not be able to move the ball. Now, I'm not even asking for you to do it at will, but sit there and act like you have respect, like you just been to the AFC Championship 2 out of the last, 3 years? 4 years?
Wait, it might be 3. Shoot. Yeah, it's 3.
It's bad. I don't think that. I thought that because this is one of those games I penciled in as a W.
Easily.
Because listen, like I said,
Because we said there's no way possible that the Patriots scored 2 touchdowns. And guess what they didn't do, Kevon? They didn't score 2 touchdowns.
All I know is I don't know what it is about September that Joe Burrow hates so much. I don't know what it is. They literally are the opposite. The Chiefs
They
come
might
out
be the worst
blasting
September
on
team
September.
in history.
They might
Like
be.
statistically,
Like,
they are the
I'm
worst
truly-
week 1 and 2
I'm-
team in
I
the
would-
last 6
I would
years.
have loved to sit there and see them versus the Panthers yesterday. That's how bad they were. I would have loved to see that, to see how bad two terrible teams. Who wanted to win? Who wanted it? Who wants some more? Because Joe Burrow.
Or who wants to lose more? Because
the offensive line still looks shaky. Joe Burrow is back there. He's like, I'm only doing what I can. The defense.
the play calling.
Let's just.
That
They're
fourth down play call, you're calling a play where you have to hope that your man can outrun the DB to the corner, to the flat to get the first down on 4th and 2. Play calling can't be this hard.
I don't know what my second pick for my games were for the.
You had the
parlays.
Saints,
Saints and
I
somebody
think
else.
I think you might have took the Bengals.
Yes. So, I was 1-1. Clearly, I knew that that Saints one was a lock. This week, that Chiefs game is a lock. And I'm talking about take the points, take everything you want. Joe Burrow, he plays lovely against the Chiefs when he plays them. But
But it's in September.
they're not beating them. They're going to start off 0-2.
Again,
And we talked about them making the playoffs, about being a new team to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to make it. I don't know. I mean, unless they go on that crazy run, we might be overreacting. We might, because, they do this all the time. They do this all the time.
they've been 0-2
They do this all the time.
4 of the last 5 years, bro.
And they do this all the time. So,
How is that
again,
possible?
we might be looking stupid by week 6, week 7, because they might be hitting that stride, hitting that run. But I need better. And I mean, again, this might all be because I lost my parlay on Sunday. And I'm upset because I was supposed to win my money. And I
win
thought
the
that it
bread.
was for sure because, the Miami Dolphins pulled it out. They got that overtime win. And I was like, oh, you know what?
They got us lying to the people, Kevon.
I don't know what you want me to do. I thought picking the better quarterback, picking the better offensive team, picking the better everything would just automatically get you the dub. Clearly not. Clearly not.
They lost to the Patriots
He did.
at home.
I'm going to shed a tear.
To Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
Not Tom Brady.
Apparently picking against Jacoby Brissett and when you hear the Bengals is just
They're going to start 0-2. The Chiefs are, go ahead and pencil that in. Chiefs 2-0.
no.
There's no words.
dumbfounded.
Like, hurry up and get well soon, T. Higgins, please. They need you. The hood needs you.
I'm angry.
I don't know what.
I'm angry.
Joe, you had your first full off season. You didn't come in the season injured. Undye your hair.
Please.
Yeah. You're. No. After this, we'll be back with you guys' player of the week, our players of the week, and hopefully with some respect from Joe Burrow.
Please.
And the Bengals.
That's it. That's all I want. That's all I want.
We'll be back after this. How? Welcome back in Through the Whistle, episode 4. Thank you for sticking with us. Now is our time to get back to you guys, the viewers. Viewers, players of the weekend. For college, I don't know if this was to troll me, even though I knew we were going to lose. But Quinn Ewers was you guys' college football player of the weekend. 24-36, looked masterful over the offense. 246 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, had another touchdown caught back. This is with them basically on cruise control the whole second half. They didn't really care to score, which I was very thankful for. I thought it was going to get ugly like when Dwayne Haskins started slapping us around.
Oh, you thought it was a 60 piece?
Yeah, I thought 60 was definitely on the board.
Oh, no, I think it was definitely
60 was definitely on the board. Thank you, Sark.
I think they were just like trying to get out of there.
Yeah, Sark was being nice to us. It was cold up there. They're probably like, let's get down south. It's kind of chilly up there.
A little breezy.
A little nippy. As for, Johnny didn't tell us that in the forecast. As for the NFL Player of the Weekend, Baker Mayfield, the return of the big show. I know the Browns fans are clamoring for the man that they ran out of town, even though he had a dislocated shoulder when in his contract year. The man that you kick out of the tribe will always come back to burn it down. Baker, 24 of 30. 24 of 30. 310 total yards and 4 touchdowns against the Washington Commanders yesterday. I had the feeling the Buccaneers were going to win yesterday, but to win in that fashion, to win in that way, Baker looking like he's back with old Lincoln Riley.
It was balling. It was definitely
balling.
Definitely balling.
Buccaneers, with the Falcons looking like they did yesterday, Buccaneers might sneak in there.
They might be over the Falcons. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They might sneak in there.
Because Kirk not looking too hot.
Kirk is not. That man was looking.
Don't let them play
like
on a prime time for a playoff spot. Don't do it.
No. You might as well go ahead. Buccaneers minus 50.
Don't even do it.
That man, I've never seen someone look so scared in my life. Kirk Cousins looked like he saw. Never mind. I'm going to wait. I don't want to spoil anything. Kevon, your players of the weekend. Drum roll, please.
We're going to start off in college. Dylan Raiola, my guy. I think that.
What are you talking about? You mean Patrick Mahomes?
Maybe Patrick. Why do you think I like to kiss him? Yeah, I mean, he should have been an Ohio State Buckeye. We're not going to talk about it. A lot of people weren't.
Jerseys weren't close
a
enough.
Lot of people were saying that to Twitter that the reason why he went to Nebraska is because looks a lot like the Chiefs. But that's okay. That's cool. Copy the field swag. Copy the whole mantra. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. As long as if you throw like him, listen, we're all good. Play a year out in Nebraska. Maybe transfer to Ohio State after we beat y'all. It's cool. But 23 of 30. Everybody thought that this whole Colorado offense was just going
to rebuild. The defense is better.
We told y'all. Colorado was not getting this.
It had no chance
at all. I'm talking about from the jump. And Dylan, as a freshman, I'm taking that. 23 of 30. We had 185 yards and touchdown, no picks.
That's what them going on cruise control too. The whole second half too.
So I like Dylan for number one. I mean, I could have always picked Jeremiah Smith, who's averaging over 100 yards, but we'll
wait that one out.
But I didn't really. On the NFL side, I got Justin Fields. And not because of how he performed. I mean, granted, he was over, 63% passing completion rating. But the fact that y'all ran my mans out of town. Y'all ran my mans out of town for Caleb Williams, who played like a scrub.
Justin Fields.
I mean, did we watch what Caleb Williams was doing? Did Caleb Williams even have 100 yards passing? He was 50%. He was actually under 50%. He went 9 for 20. The only reason that he got his first victory, which you said was going to happen.
It was a lock. Yeah. Tennessee Titans were a lock. I don't care what anybody says.
You said Tennessee Titans were a lock, and yet we saw Will Levis throw the most wooziest pass when winning at the point in time. I don't know what he was thinking.
He went full Cobra
but
listen, he threw it.
People are going to say, that Caleb Williams has a will to win. He's able to get the Bears these victories. If Justin Fields played like that in Chicago, the scrutiny that he would get because of how he played, it would be insane. Don't get me wrong, he didn't play amazing against Atlanta.
He had no touchdowns, Kevon.
Yeah, but he also had no turnover-worthy plays.
Kevon,
he was fine.
He had 0 touchdowns.
He had a solid game. That's all I'm saying.
Kevon, they won off 6 field goals.
Listen. If you're going to win off of 6 field goals, it's a will to win. This is not what people going to say about Caleb Williams. All right, but not really. Josh Allen, probably my player of the game, but I'm not.
You can't let James.
My favorite player.
James,
my favorite player is his rival.
You didn't hear that.
It's all good.
James, you didn't hear that.
No, 18 for 23.
Skip past
200 and 4 touchdowns total. Pretty solid.
I guess that was a good game. Let me tell y'all. This is paper pop. These are the real players of the weekend. Not to discredit y'all. Y'all's trolling of me by saying Quinn. Quinn was a good choice. Quinn probably played his way up into the Heisman race.
I mean, that's what she said.
Yes. That's what Ty Belcher said. You guys agree with me? That means you guys are on the right side. Player of the week, Ashton Genty.
And a loss.
25 carries, 192 yards, and 3 touchdowns against Oregon, who a lot of people said national championship contenders.
A lot of people picked them national championship.
They're looking like some national championship pretenders because they're not doing nothing. Ashton Genty, 25 carries. Kevon, 25 carries, 192 yards. That's insane.
Right. The Buckeyes.
That's almost 8 yards a touch.
Yeah.
Is that not insanity?
Insane work.
Like, now imagine someone played like the little violin thing. He comes to Michigan, plays with Jaden Davis next year, national championship. Now, we're back. We're back.
Not happening.
We're back.
He does not want to play for you guys.
He does. He wants to. We're just about blue field. Let's come play with the boys in blue. Come put on the big game blues.
We saw what happens when you guys put that on.
Well, this is one of our second loss ever wearing them. Right. Relax.
Cool.
You know, the last one we wore them against Georgia. Well, Georgia ended up winning the national title. So, Texas, my pick of Texas winning the Natty, looking good right now. And lastly, I'm going with the same team that Kevon chose, like a player from the same team that Kevon chose. Possibly a defensive player of the year.
Something like it.
Looking
First
like,
start.
well,
First
he's
start.
obviously a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Great start.
TJ Watt. TJ Watt is this week's player of the week for me.
It's low-key OD how much he, like,
Impacts a game.
He forces the Steelers to win. Like, it's kind of, like, getting ridiculous. Like, I've never
He
seen
had
a
Kirk
defense-
Cousins looking like a deer in the headlights. Kirk's literally, like, he looked in the face of death every time he dropped
Pretty
back.
bad.
Obviously, the stat sheet doesn't look as pretty as it really was when your eyes were watching it. 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery. The amount of pressures he had, Kyle Pitts wanted 0 parts of chipping this man. Bijan had no chance of chipping this man. He probably had, he's probably in Kirk Cousins' mind about 100% of his dropbacks. TJ Watt, you keep playing like this, you set up Bozzy for these 50-yard field goals. I mean, hold on. I know we're talking about TJ Watt.
Yeah, because of our kicker. Boy.
But boy, oh boy, Aubrey from the Cowboys, their kicker.
I mean, the team I used to root for. I mean, boy, they got us. They got a first team All-Pro right there. I'll tell you that.
My fellow Americans, my best Barack Obama. Fellow American. If he would have kicked that 71-yarder, I would have been forced to put that man as the player of the week. Because you trained a 71-yard kick.
They should have let him try it.
They should have let him. But
because I told y'all when we were watching the game, I told y'all he was going to nail that.
And he drained a 66-yarder with 10 yards left.
Yeah. He was like that. It was bad.
But, it's the Cowboys are making the right decision. That doesn't happen. But anyways, Ashton Genty and TJ Watt are my week 1-ish players of the week. We'll be back sometime later on this week, hopefully, God forbid, with episode 5, a preview of this upcoming weekend's games. Even though there's some trash games this weekend.
Locks. We got locks.
We have locks.
We got locks.
We won't get backdoored this time. Because last week we were backdoored.
And hopefully
it wasn't our fault. It's never our fault. Promise you it's not. But episode 4 in the books. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down there with anything that you disagree with. Thanks for staying tuned with the pod through the whistle, episode 4.